Good morning, my friends. It's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am on my good midlife crisis where I am journeying through my 40s, working so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, October the 4th, and we are going to be doing a financial health check-in. We are going to be budgeting out $382.95. This is my rollover from last week, and it is all that we have, but I don't have a lot to budget. So I'm going to try to keep this video a little short. If you are new, welcome. So excited that you are here. I tend to talk a lot. I'm going to do my best to keep this one shorter than normal. I will put some timestamps below in the description box so you can jump around to the sections that you are interested in. If you are not new, welcome back. Thank you so much for checking this out and sticking with me. Um, if you normally watch my health videos, I am sorry to not get one up this week. I have been so sick. I don't know if it was cross contamination or if I ate something or if I just had a stomach bug. I don't know what it was, but I have been so sick since Tuesday morning. Um, I'm finally feeling a little better today, but I've basically been working and then going to bed. And I've been working a lot, like 7 to 6, basically, because it was a really busy time for my team. I have somebody off, and but we do month end close, so I like work in the financial side of my company, and we do month end close every month. And yesterday was our month end close, like at the end of the day. So that's finally over. We can relax a little bit. Still have somebody out, but at least that crunch is over. So I've basically been like getting up, going to work, working all day, and then getting off of work and going to bed. That's like been my whole week. Um, I'm feeling better now. Not 100%, but better. So again, I'm sorry I didn't get that video out. I did weigh in, and my weight on Wednesday morning was exactly the same as it was last week. So if you do follow my health journey, that is where I was. I did take my injection last night before I went to bed, so there we go. There's a little bit of a health update for you in case you do normally follow that journey. And I just I didn't get it up this week. My raise. So I mentioned in last week's video that last week would be the last week with that previous paycheck amount, and next week's check should be showing my increased rate, but that it wasn't showing on like my payroll app or anything yet. Like my title change hadn't gone through and nothing. So I talked to my boss about it the other day, and she said that sometimes it could take them a couple of weeks, like a paycheck cycle or two, to get that to go through. So the reason I haven't uploaded my October budget yet, my budget mom's budget by paycheck October budget, is because one, I need to redo it, and two, I need to film it. But I haven't been feeling well. So I had filled out this budget with the increased rate in like anticipated, and I don't know that I'm going to be getting that increased rate. I mean, I know that I am, and when I do get it, they will backdate it to the 22nd. I just don't know when it's going to actually hit my account. So I don't want to budget out with that money in anticipation when I'm not going to have it. So I'm going to redo the budget to show the paycheck that I currently have, and then when I get the increase in the back pay, then I will go back and pay the extra debt. Mostly, it's going to be the extra debt that has to go for right now, unfortunately, because I kind of glanced at it last night when I was closing out this last week's budget, and I can cover all my bills, which because I already was covering all my bills, I can cover all my bills. It's just the extra debt and like extra savings and things that I was going to start doing that I'll just wait. I mean, I'm still going to. I just have to wait until that money hits my account. So that's where I am with that. So, but it's not going to affect today's budget at all because we're still budgeting with last week's check. And I am going to shrink myself up into the corner and we'll get started, but I don't have to pause because we're using this software. So sorry, y'all, that I'm not as chatty as normal, but again, I'm just trying to trying to function right now at this point. Okay, so here I am in the corner, and we don't have a ton to budget. I need to do my bills. My YouTube premium will come out this week. So that is $15.14. And y'all, I know Targets are still acting wonky. When I was looking at my things last night, and some of them are fine and some of them are not. So is anybody else still having trouble with Targets, or is it just me? Because like my Find Me Gluten Free, when we get to that, I'll show you that one's all weird too. And then Aflac, which is my supplemental health insurance, that comes out. This is my cancer policy. My other Aflac plans are through my employer. This one they didn't offer, so I kept it as a private pay. That's it that I have for this week. So this budget will go from today, which is the 4th, and it goes through next Thursday, which is the 10th. I close out my budgets on the 10th. I get paid, I mean, on Thursdays, I get paid on Fridays. So that's how I do that. Um, okay, those are all the bills. Then we're going to do just my normal every week categories. I don't know what my brain's not working. So I give myself $50 for dining out every week. Libby, I did get your email. I'm sorry I haven't responded. Again, I haven't really been doing much of anything. Um, I like your idea. I'm going to see if I can implement it because I'm going to have to redo my budget again. We'll see. But I did get your email and I did read it, and I'll see what I can do. My groceries, I give myself, I'm still sticking with $125 a week. And I will say, as I was laying in bed, I watched, I was watching YouTube, and last year's October week one video popped up for me to watch, my October week one. And I was like, oh, I'll compare where I was last year to where I am this year. Cool. Um, and I totally forgot that I was doing an Eat at Home challenge last October. And it wasn't quite October yet when I watched this video. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember. Um, but I was like, oh, it was Sunday. It was Sunday after church. I was after church before I went to crochet. So, um, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do Eat at Home again in October. It's not October yet. I'm going to try it. So I have, I'm going to try. If you weren't here last year, welcome. I was like, super excited you're here. It's where I try to eat out no more than once, maybe twice a week, which shouldn't be hard at all because I really don't eat out more than once or twice a week. Once for myself and then once for my church. So the once is my limit for me personally, and then I'll allow myself to go out with other people after church. If they go out, that would be the twice. And that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to try to eat all my meals at home for the month. The goal of that is for health reasons, is that's why I was doing it last year. But a side effect is I should also save some money. So I'm like, I enjoy cooking. I don't do it very much. I have so much food I need to eat at home. And now that I am doing semaglutide, I can't eat most of the portion sizes that they give you at a restaurant. Like I went to one of those build your own pizza places that has gluten-free crust, and I still have half that pizza in there, and that's from Saturday. Nathan said he'd eat it because I'm like, I'm not going to eat this. It's so old. And I went out to dinner on Friday night with some friends. I just threw away my leftovers from that meal the other day, yesterday, because I was like, I'm not going to eat this. I'm just not going to eat all these leftovers. I can't eat that much food. So if I am eating at home, I can control how much I am making. It's less wasteful. It's less expensive. It's healthier for you. So we'll see how this goes. Not that I'm never going to eat out because I do enjoy that. Um, like as I said, I work from home. It's nice to get out of the house and go have a meal that I don't have to cook, that I don't have to clean up after, especially as a social thing with my friends because I just sit in this household by myself. Sometimes Nathan is here. He works from home and the office hybrid, but most of the time I'm just here. So I like to go visit with friends, have a meal out, see other people, remember that they exist. But it's expensive, it's wasteful at this point, and it's not as healthy. So that's my goal for October. If you'd like to join me, I'm not going to be sharing recipes this year like I did last year, just because I don't have time for that this year. But I will try to update my website with some recipes. If you are not familiar, I do have a website, tgmlc.com. There's not a ton on there, but it did take me quite a while to build it. So if you'd like to check it out, I would appreciate that. I do have on there my Clever Fox affiliate link, and I'm going to talk about this new journal here in just a minute as well, because I know I mentioned when I was going to get it, and I did talk about it in the video that I couldn't post because there was no sound. So I want to tell you all about that too. I gave myself $10 every week for fun money. I give myself $80 for ecclesial expenses. This is my church donation, $60 for the donation, $20. Again, this is for the meal. If people are going out for a meal after church, I will join them. If not, it goes back into my budget. It doesn't go toward my other dining out expenses. And then $25 a week for coffee. I put this on my app for Dutch Brothers, and that's what I have for coffee. Last week, I was talking about gas and how I wasn't sure how much it was going to cost me to fill up my new car. So I've also talked about Walmart Plus and how I have that membership and I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. I don't use the gas there very often. Normally, I go to Costco because it's cheap in Costco. But y'all, with Walmart Plus, did you know you get 10 cents off if you go to the gas station at Walmart? I thought you only got 3 cents off. I got 10 cents off a gallon at that Walmart the other day when I filled up. So it was 2.77 a gallon. I paid 2.67 a gallon. So and my car was on E, like all the way empty. And I paid $31.23 to fill up my car. So I've been budgeting $25 every 2 weeks. I did have some money left over in this category. So I actually had almost exactly enough. I had 54 cents left after that. Um, I may keep this Walmart Plus. That's 10 cents off a gallon is a really good deal. Um, anyway, um, I'm gonna see. I'm probably not going to be driving as much as I have been the last month, just because, as I mentioned last week, it's a new car. So I was just like, oh, I'll drive. Oh, I'll drive. I got this. So I had an empty tank. That's not going to happen all the time, but I may have to increase from 25 to $30, which when I was looking at my budget to close it out, I realized that is actually what I had budgeted to put in there is $30. I'm just so used to budgeting 25. That's all I put in, and that's all I ended up needing this week, so I didn't put it back in. Um, but I may have to increase it to $30 going forward. We'll see. So, anyway, that was the gas. I'm not putting gas in there. It's not the week for gas. I only do that on paycheck weeks, which this is not, obviously. Okay, so that's it for this. The only other thing we need to go fill, oh, here, pet expenses. I did fill my pet expenses, but then I moved some to the previous month because we went to Costco on Saturday, which was technically still in September. So I just I moved this money to September to cover it, but it's still, I'm counting it as October spending. Um, I hope that makes sense. So anyway, I moved it from here back to ready to assign and then reassigned it in September, but I don't want to actually put any more money into my pet expenses. I budgeted $150. I just happened to spend the money on the 29th instead of on the 1st. So I'm counting it as October. Sorry. Same thing with household. I budgeted my full $100. And then when I was at Costco, they have an air purifier that was only $100. And I picked it up because I have such bad allergies. I'm allergic to my dogs. I love my dogs. They are so worth it. I vacuum constantly. I dust all the time. I also have pollen allergies, and I live in Central Texas in the Austin area, and it's like allergy central here. People who have never had allergies in their entire life move to this area and develop allergies. Like it's awful here for allergies. So air purifiers are a must. I used to have an air purifier for this room and it died about a year and a half ago. And I've just been putting off getting another one. This was a really nice air purifier and it was only $100. It was on sale. So I picked it up. I used $50 that I had originally put in my emergency fund. I unscheduled that and put it toward the air purifier. I took the other $50 out of household. So that is how I covered that expense, but I did get it and I did need it. So that is something that I need for my household. We will get the emergency fund to $1,000 before the end of the year. I am not worried about that. I just like I said last week, life keeps happening to me, but I did need that air purifier, so I'm happy to have it finally again. Um, I'm not going to worry about YouTube expenses today. Maybe I'll do this next week when I get my next paycheck. We will see. But what I am going to be budgeting out is the last couple of lines of my not editing software, my syncing funds. The first one of them is my editing software. So I'm going to go down here to where I left off. And as I mentioned last week, oh, this is a once a year thing. I need $1.67 for Wine Lady's birthdays. I'm going to go ahead and budget that. So I've mentioned before that I have a group of my friends, my wine ladies, and we meet every Thursday. I didn't go last night because I was not feeling well, but we've decided to. We always celebrate birthdays, and we've decided to put in a pot. Everybody will put in $20 a year, and we'll buy a cake every month for the people whose birthdays are that month. And I've already contributed this year. I just covered it. If you'll notice, like last month, I just put it in. I just covered it last month. So now I need it again for next September, which is apparently $1.67 every month. But I forgot to add that to my paper budget. I can do that this week. I'll just do it. Editing software is due. I just paid for it. That's my new software. It is going to be due again at the end of next September. So that is $5.64 that I have to set aside. YNAB is this software that you are seeing. I am not going to budget that now. I am planning to just fill it again. I had it full. I pulled it to cover some expenses when everything was not looking so great. And now I am going to refill it once my increase hits. So I'm not going to be budgeting that out every month. I'm just going to fill it once I get my pay. I was going to fill it next week, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that now. We'll see. My car registration. Oh, did I skip Costco? No, it's the next line. 305 for Costco. This is for my Costco membership annually. Car registration. I have a new car and it comes with a 2-year registration. So I don't need to fill this again until October of 2026. It's about $100. I'm giving it $125 just because I'm anticipating that inflation will make everything cost more by the time I have to re-register my car. So that's $5 a month. And then Find Me Gluten Free is the app that I use to help me find restaurants where it is safe for me to eat because I have celiac, which may not be why I have been so sick this week. I don't know. But I do use this app on a regular basis, and they have a free version if you're just looking for tips and tricks on if you're just like I have a cousin who eats gluten free because she feels better, but she's okay with cross contamination. She doesn't have to worry about like being super strict about everything. She can use the free version of this app and just find a restaurant and read some reviews. The paid version allows you to sort by most celiac friendly and look for places that are like labeled as gluten free and certified gluten free and things like that. So I pay for this. It's only $22 a year or whatever. Yeah, it's 2160 something. I did the math. It actually hit my account yesterday. So I'm going to put it in today. I need another $2.39, and then I'm going to snooze this account. So look at this. You see how this app is saying I need $22 by October 1st, and it's telling me I need $8.61 more, but I have $21.64. I don't know how they are doing this math, but math in my world, $22 minus 21.64 is not 861. That's not how math works. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this target is still broken, even though it doesn't have the gray circle around it, which is what they told me to look for a broken target. That target's still not working. I'm going to snooze it. 21.64 is exactly what it's going to cost me, and that's it. And that is it. That is everything I have to budget today. So that leaves me $22.49. So much money to roll into next week. Next week, when you come back, I'll have a paycheck. It'll probably be the same as last week's paycheck. Maybe my raise will be in it. We'll see. I don't know. But hopefully, whatever the paycheck is, I will be feeling better. And I'll be back to my usual chatty Becky self. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic day, and I hope you have some fun weekend plans. Let me know what you're doing. I am going to be doing nothing. I'm going to be cleaning my house, redoing my budget again, and filming that for y'all. And hopefully, I will get that out for you. All right. I love you. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and maybe subscribe. You could do that. That would be fun. I love you. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Y'all, I was just kidding. You can get rid of me that easily. So I forgot to talk about my clever fox. And so I wanted to do this real quick. I'm also going to go leave a review because they keep emailing me and asking me to, and I really, really, really like this journal. So if you've been here for a little while, you'll know that Clever Fox reached out to me a few months ago and asked to send me some product, and they sent me what I picked out was the gratitude journal, which I love. I loved this. I did it every day. I didn't do it every day. That was a problem. But my goal was to do it every day, where you just write in the morning your goal, what you're excited about, what you're grateful for. They ask you a random question. This one was my favorite treat. What's my favorite activity? And then your affirmation for the day. You fill that out. This was Tuesday, May 21st that I did this one. And then in the evening, you come back and you fill out how your day went. They ask you how you were feeling for the day, best things you experienced for the day, things you did to make a positive difference, lessons that you learned for the day, and then what you're looking forward to. Every single day, you're supposed to fill this out. It helps you focus your mind on what is positive in your life, where you can improve, what you're thankful for. I really enjoyed this. The problem is, this I didn't do every day because I didn't always have time. My mornings are busy. My evenings, I'm tired. Like, I just didn't have time to fill this out every day. And it's set up in a weekly schedule. So if you miss a day, at least for me and my brain, if I missed a day, I felt like I had to miss that day because otherwise it would be off because there's a weekly recap at the end of it, which I honestly didn't do a lot. But I'm so glad I opened to one I did. My weekly exercises, and then a weekly review of how your week went. So I feel like if I missed like Tuesday, I had to miss Tuesday because if I made that Wednesday, then this weekly exercise might end up being on a Tuesday by the time I got to it again. So I feel like I missed a lot of pages in this book, and I kind of wasted a lot. I do love this book. I do recommend this book if you are somebody who journals regularly and is disciplined enough to do it. This is a fantastic tool. For me, I found what they call the 4-minute journal, which is almost the same thing, but it's more condensed. So, what this one has is every day is only one page, and it asks you in the morning 3 things you're grateful for, what you're excited about, what you're proud of, your positive affirmation, and then a random question. This day was Thursday the 3rd. Oh, this was just yesterday. What's your favorite activity? What was your favorite subject at school and why? I said history because I love history. I love learning about history. It makes people real. It makes it feel more real to me to learn, just so y'all know. And then at the end of the day, it's just got the little thing of how you felt that day, and then 3 things that made the day great. That's it. That's the entire thing. I have been doing this consistently every single day, but I feel like if I miss a day, there's no summary for the week. I can just skip, I can just go to the next day on the next page. So I loved this one. I'm loving it so far. I also have it buried here, talked about ordering a desk calendar because my new position would require me to be super organized, and it has, y'all. Look at all this. There's my clothes. Look, we closed yesterday. We did it. All the stuff I need to do for my position. I'm going to flip to a blank one because I have a lot written on here. But let me go. Where am I? I can't go backwards. Okay. So my priorities for the week are over here. I can't. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm sorry. Priorities for the week, your to-do list. It's got a habit tracker down here. So like I have like stand an hour, go to the gym. And then your daily calendar over here as well. So I have been really, really, really enjoying these two that I bought most recently. I will link both of those below. And if you use my code Becky10, you get 10% off, and then they send me a percentage of your sale. So appreciate that if you do decide to use that. And in my experience, and from what other people have told me, after you've made your first purchase, they'll send you a coupon for an additional 15% off. So that's if there's something you really want that's a lot more expensive, use my code, do the Becky10, and then they'll send you 15% off and buy the more expensive thing with that 15% off code when they send it to you. So that's my tip. Okay, now I'm gonna go for real. It's 7:30. Y'all, I finished at 7:30 instead of started at 7:30. Aren't you proud of me? Okay, I'm gonna go get on my day, and I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Bye for real.